Welcome to PowerPoint Intermediate. I hope that you took the first PowerPoint class, and if you didn't, I'm going to send everybody a link to it. It's on our YouTube channel, so I'll send you a link to it. You should have all gotten a book. I don't know if we're going to go through it that religiously, but we are going to look at some things in the book. My name is Annie Yagelski, and my helper here today is Sue Slamar. We both work at the Downers Grove Library in the IT department. So if you ever need help, come to the second floor, and somebody up there will try to help you. So today we're going to learn about a little further about PowerPoint Intermediate. So I'm going to share my screen. And this is the first screen I'm going to share. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of you guys because you're bothering me. So I can get rid of you. I'm going to hide all the thumbnails. So I
know. See, that's what's happening.
I'm going to hide y'all because it's like, oh, and then I won't see myself either. So that's great. Okay. So this is your welcome screen when you get, well, basically this is your first screen. If you want to see your welcome screen, you would open up Word and you have a PowerPoint, you have a welcome screen. So this right here is the first screen in PowerPoint, and you have the file. If you click it, you can open new, all the things that you would have to do. Usually on your quick access toolbar, this is the very top of your quick access toolbar. This is a very important thing that if you use a tool a lot that are in this is called the ribbon. If you see a lot that's on the ribbon and you say, you know, I'm going to use that a lot, you can add it. Fast way to add it, and I'm going to go to slideshow. The fast way to add it is just to right click on it and add to quick access toolbar. And if you want to get other tools that aren't on the toolbar, you click on the down arrow and go to more commands. And they're going to show you everything. You see the popular commands when you click on the down arrow. You see commands not in the ribbon, and you see all commands. And if you want to add a command, or if you want to add a command, like I'll pick cut, click on add, it adds it to this, which is your quick access toolbar, which shows up at the top. I am going to get rid of it, so I click on cut, remove it. Also, if you wanted to rearrange this, which is what I do, I rearrange everything. You want to click on what you want to rearrange and use these arrow keys. One thing that I see right here, somebody has been using this, and I always keep undo and redo together. Someone put spelling, never do that. Always keep undo and redo together, so that you can always get to them. Actually, on the new version of PowerPoint, undo and redo is not even, they got rid of the quick access toolbar actually. So, but it shows up on your left. So then you have your slides. So that's really, you should have taken the first class. If you didn't, as I said before, I'm going to send you a link to it so that you can take it. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to look at the outline view, and I'm going to share my screen and get another share. I'm going to click on share, and I'm going to change it to this right here. Okay, this is a template that I downloaded from the internet, and I want to show you how outline view works. So if you're using a PowerPoint presentation, you don't want to see all the stuff, you're going to go to view and you're going to go to outline view. And it's just going to show you at the side all the text that's in your presentation. You're not going to, you can focus on just the text. You don't have to worry about, it's not going to show you any of the graphics. You'll see the graphics here, but if you just wanted to read your PowerPoint presentation without the images, you would do it from there. Another way you can use outline is using it in Word. And this will save you a lot of time. Let's say you had a presentation that you've already done, maybe it's a paper, and your boss says to you, you know, this would be a good presentation. Let's make this a presentation in Word, in PowerPoint, and you already have it in Word. You can do this. So what you do is you open up Word, and I have it. I'm going to share again. This one. You open up Word, and you go to View, and you go to Outline. So then your screen's going to change. So you're going to type something up here. So I'll type sales, and then I'll type 2001, 2021, 2022. And at the very top on the left, look, you can click here and you can make this a lower level, or you can make it an upper level. So you can change the way these things look. So lower level, upper level, I can make this a lower level. So you could do this with an existing document, and that's what I'm going to do now. Open up an existing document that I already did. There, yeah, it is. So this is an existing document that I already did. So I have a year-end report, and I did an outline for it. I'm going to go View, and I'm going to go Outline. So I can change the way this goes. So I can make this, maybe I want to make this smaller. This isn't as important. I could go do that. And then what I can do is I can save it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the outline view, and this is in your books. And this is actually on page, I think, 4 of your books. No, it's on page 7. So I'm going to save this, but as I save it, what I'm going to save it as is a rich text format. I'm not going to save it as a Word doc, because PowerPoint won't be able to open it, or we won't take the formatting. So I'm going to click on File, Save As, and I'm going to click Browse, and maybe I'll save it to my documents. I'll save it to my documents. This is an okay thing, but as I click on the down arrow next to Word document, I'm going to save it as a rich text file format. Then I'm going to click OK. Okay, so now I'm going to open it up as a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to go to PowerPoint. I'm going to click on File. I hope you can see this. Open. And I'm going to find my PowerPoint. And I have it on. I know what I have it on. And up. An immediate. And I'm going to change this all to all files so I can see it. Otherwise, it won't show it to me. Right here, it says 2001 annual report, rich text file. RTF is rich text. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to open it. And it makes a PowerPoint presentation already for me. And I just have to go through and change whatever I want to change. So if you don't have access to PowerPoint, or if you have something that's already existing, you can make a PowerPoint presentation out of it by using the outline view. Do you have any questions?
So far, this is good.
So cool.
So you can do this, and you can get rid of things or do whatever you want to do, but this is in your book. It's on page 7, how to do it. So you already have something. You can already just save it as a rich text file and you should be fine. It probably will not take the images. It might though, but in most cases it probably won't. But if you're using Word, it's not really an image file, so you're probably going to be not having images in it anyway. One thing that I'm not going to go through, but we are going to send you all the links that work that are in the book. So you won't have to worry about typing in the links, is typography. And that's on page 9 of your book. The main thing that when you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, think of what you can remove. If you're using bullets, never have more than 3 bullets on a slide. It looks, I know you've seen PowerPoint presentations that look junky. It looks junky. And a lot of times don't even have a bullet on a slide. You could do something with the visual and make it better. So that's on page 9 of your books. And downloading fonts. We're not going to download fonts today. It's relatively easy and we do have it in your book. We are going to send you links to places where you can download fonts. One thing that you want to remember is don't have too many fonts in a PowerPoint presentation. Because if you do, it's going to look very unprofessional. So maybe 2 fonts, one that you would use for the header and one that you would use in the body. And in most cases, if you're going to use something in the header at the library, as you can see, this font, I'm not really in love with it, but it's called Naked Power. We bought it, we have to use it. I'm not in love with it, but so I use it. I would do the headline with a serif or not a serif. And a serif is right here, as you can see, this G goes under, that's a serif. If you have things that are above and below the line, that's called a serif. So then what you would want to do is maybe have something that's without a serif, which would be like Arial. So I could use Arial here. So let's say this is Calibri. Maybe I want to use Arial.
Annie, I can't see where you're at.
Okay, I
see the PowerPoint slide.
Yes.
What we have is the click to add title, you know.
Well, you can't see. Do you see 1473 virtual
No.
program?
No.
Okay, let me share another screen then. Okay. So the
Yes, yeah.
and
Yes.
this is what PowerPoint made for me. So it made, when I uploaded the Word file, this is what it made for me. So now I have all these little things, and this is Naked Power, and I don't like it. And this I would change to maybe Arial or something else. And to change it, all you have to do is click on here.
When you were referring to serif, now that we have the screen, we can see this. What were you referring to?
Serif would be like a tail at the bottom, like Century. Even though it's a tail. So there's serif and there's sans serif, and I want to say like Century is serif. They have this little like
yeah.
at the bottom. They don't look modern, but they're easy to read. So think about, this is sans serif, this is serif. So put them, if you want to put them together, that's fine, but use one for the headline, one for the body. And also they say that you shouldn't use anything lower than 35 point because people can't read it. So just so you know. So if you're going to be showing it on a screen, make it 35 point. This says 36, but make it at least 35 so people can read it, because you want people to read it. So okay, so we'll be sending you the fonts. And what else do I want to show you? Okay, we already, in our first class, we did templates. Okay, so now I've got this. What am I going to do with it? So this right here is this should be my title slide. So if I'm going to click on layout, I'm going to go to title slide and I'll change the layout. So this will be my title slide and then year-end report, and I'll type Downers Grove Library. Now, if I wanted to add a design, and I'm not really a big thing for design, but let's say I wanted to add a design, I would click on the design tab. And you can see that right here, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I would click on the down arrow, and we are going to send you links to places where you can get other designs. And I would pick a design. Actually, I like this one the best just because it's very vanilla. The office theme, it's very good, but if I wanted to change the design, and maybe I will stick on the office theme. And right here, I have variations though. So I could pick this. I could pick black if I wanted to. I could pick this if I wanted to. So I'm just going to go with the white. And I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I decide that this building, I don't know why this 8 is on there, came up. I don't know why that did, but that's, oh, I know why. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of it though. So I've decided that I want this to be a different design. So I want it to be maybe this. And I just want the 1 to be this. So I can right click on the design and click on apply to selected slides. So now this slide's office, this slide's office, this slide's office, this slide's office, this slide is totally different. Doesn't look bad, but you can do that. So you can either make the slides all the same, or you can change like a few slides to add interest. And that's in your book on page. It's in your book. So how to change.
14.
Okay, on page 22, using more than one design slide. So you can do that. So don't think that you're just always going to have the same slide. Because it can get boring. So if you do want to change something, you can change it. I can also do this. So maybe I want this to be green. I can right click on this and I can say apply to selected slide, and then it applies it to the selected slide, whatever the layout is. So if I wanted
It didn't change.
It didn't?
No.
Yeah, mine did. So
Probably do a new share again or something.
no, I didn't change, but okay, so I'm going to go back to design. I'll pick another one maybe.
Yeah, now
Yeah, that one changed.
Okay. Apply to selected slides. Okay, so then it'll change. So if for some reason you wanted it to change, you can change, and then you could click on here and hopefully, maybe not. I don't think it's going to let you change in most cases, it should let you change the picture, but it's not letting you, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to change the slide again because I'm just going to do a new share. And I'm going to bring back one that I already did. See if I can. Can you see something that says annual report?
No, we're seeing the same one that was there before.
Okay. Stop share. I'm going to go to share again. Okay. So this is the PowerPoint presentation that I did by importing the Word file. And I did add graphics to it, but I haven't done the whole thing. So I did add graphics to it because I wanted it to look the same. And but this is what I got. So I added this, and I'm going to show you how I did this. So I added this chart. So what I want to do is I want to click on, I'll click on my right click on one of the slides at the side. I'm just going to put a new slide in there, and then it's going to give me a layout, and I'll put budget. Even though I have it, I just want to show you how I did it. Budget, and then I'm going to go back here, and right here, I'm going to click here. It's not going to let me. Well, I'm going to click here. And I'm going to use something that is very, very helpful. It's called the Format Painter. It's in all Office products. It's also in Google products. So what you do is you click on the format that you like. You click on the Format Painter. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to, my cursor looks like a paintbrush. So I'm just going to click anywhere in budget, and it's going to change it to the same font, which is what I want. So then I'm going to click on Insert Chart. I am going to insert a pie chart. I usually don't like pie charts, but in this case, I'm talking about a budget and it's the whole of something. Always think of pies as whole. Don't do stuff over time with pies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on sales, and I'm going to type percent. I am going to get rid of this, by the way. I'm just going to do that because it'll just leave sales on there, and that's not what it is. So I'm going to type personnel, and I'm going to type 7.2. I know this is my pie. And then I'm going to type building. And I'm going to type 8. Then I'm going to type collections, library materials. And I'm going to type 10. I spelled collections wrong. Guess it doesn't matter, but matters to me. Well, I'll just leave it wrong. I'll change it. Programs. This isn't a typing class, so 5. Then I'm going to hit the enter, the down arrow or the enter key. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to type software. Three, enter key. And I'm going to type other. The tab, 2 key. And then I'm going to just close this out. And you can see down here, I have a legend. I'm going to get rid of percent. I'm going to just delete it. You can see it. Can't see. Okay, so it makes it bigger. Right here, you're always going to find these tools, even in Excel and PowerPoint. These are your chart tools. And also right up here, chart tools comes up. But they're going to be right here. If I click plus on here, I could add data labels. Maybe I do want to do that. I don't want a chart title, so I'm going to click here. And when I click on the paintbrush, it gives me all these different things that I could do. So I can do all these layouts. I'm gonna click on it again.
Bless you.
And maybe I want it to look like that. Or maybe I want the chart labels to be above, which I think looks nicer. I'm going to make this a little bigger. This is like a picture. So to make it bigger, what you're going to do is you're going to take your cursor and put it on the diagonal. I always hold down the shift key too, and I drag, make it bigger. And this other right here, I can't see it very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to look, and I have my four-headed arrow, and I'm going to move it over so that it's not software and other aren't together. So now I have my budget, and it's fairly easy. If I wanted to edit the data, I would click here, and it brings up again, and I can edit it. Actually, I want to make this bigger. When you're typing in, the thing that's bad about this is when you're typing in Excel, you're usually typing in a formula bar, and it's sort of hard to change this. So I'm going to have to retype it. So I changed it to collections, and that's fine. So that's how you would do a chart. And now, since I have a chart, I can get rid of this. And to get rid of it, all I have to do is right click on the navigation pane and hit the delete key. Or delete the slide. Delete the slide. This is in the end of your book, but I just want to show you how to do this. If you have a lot of slides, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add something called sections. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to move this up, and you can do this a number of different ways. Right now, I'm going to move it from the side. I want my budget to be first. So I have my opening slide, and then my title slide, then I have my budget. So then I have this and that. So, but I'm going to have a lot of slides in this thing. So I want to make sections. So these two slides are going to be my introduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click here and on the navigation pane, and I'm going to click add a section. And then I'm going to right click on that, and it's going to ask me, what do you want to do? Well, I want to rename the section. And it's going to bring up this little thing in the middle. It's a little title bar, and the section name I'm going to give it is introduction. Then I'm going to rename it. Then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to type new section. I'm going to right click again. I'm going to rename the section, and this section I'm going to call it library expenses. Then I'm going to rename it. Then I'm going to go down here, and maybe I will add a section here, and I'll call it programs. Where is the section? I'll do it here. I'm going to add a section. I'm going to rename the section. I keep removing it. I don't want to remove it. I want to add the section. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to rename the section. And the section, I'm going to call it programs. Okay, you saw that I moved slides here. But if you want to move a lot of slides or you want to see how something looks, what you want to do is you want to go to your slide sorter. So I'm going to click on view, and then I'm going to go to slide sorter. And slide sorter is on the left-hand side. It's under the presentation view. And you can see now that my slide sorter has sorted things by introduction, library expenses, and then it programs. So if I can move things around. I'm not married to this, but I'm going to make this a little smaller. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So if I wanted to move things around, maybe I wanted this to be part of the program. I can move it here. I can move it back. I can move this up. I can move this back. So I can move this all around. And that's really how you want to do things. If you are going to be moving your slides around, you give it to somebody to say, well, you know, can you move them around, or they can move it around for you. And if you do it in sections, especially if it's a huge slideshow, you can, if you do it in sections, it makes it easier. So I think I had this. I'm going to move this back here. So to get back to your normal view, you could just click on normal. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to add some more things to this. So I have 2,600 programs attended. So I'm going to I'm going to click back on this. I don't want her there. Move her back up. I'm going to click on this programs, and I want this to be the same as this. So I'm going to click in here to highlight it. I'm going to go to the home tab. I do have it. I should have it. If I don't, in my format painter, I could add it to the quick access toolbar. But I'm going to click on my format painter, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click there, and I'm going to format it the same. So then I'm going to drag this down, and I'm going to click on drawing tools, and I know that I want this to be 1.7 wide. It's just like the other ones. And I want it to be 13.33. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of this to get rid of a text box. You don't have to get rid of a text box because it's not going to show when you do it, but I just think it looks neat. I don't want this text box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. When it says click to add text box, it's there. I'm going to click the delete key and get rid of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pictures. So program attendees. So I'm going to add some pictures. I'm going to click on online pictures. I need some program attendees. So I'm going to type people. And I'm going to get all these people. And maybe I'm going to take this because they look like they're happy people. And it downloaded this. And when I clicked on that, I just want to show you something. In the last class, when you find something online, make sure you use Creative Commons. Let me do it again. I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to go to Online Pictures. I'm going to click on, I had people. I've got them again. Right here, Creative Commons is checked. That means that I probably don't have to worry about this being copyrighted. You do have to worry about that when you're using stuff from the internet. So I'm probably not going to have to worry about that. So to make this bigger, I'm going to do it on the side. Hold on my shift key, make it bigger. Make it bigger. Put it down. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my picture tools again, and I want this to be in back. I want these people to be back, and maybe I'm gonna make this a little smaller so that they don't. So I want it to be in back, so I'm gonna send to the back. And maybe I might want to align it. I'll align it to center. So it's centered there, looks fine, doesn't look bad. Maybe I might want to add something to it. Maybe I might want to add some animation just because it's, you know, it's sort of cut off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on animations. And when it comes in, I'm going to have it load in, split, swipe. I had to do something before that I liked. Row shrink, desaturate, don't like that. I want it to fly in. I'll do random bars, see if that's, yeah, okay, random bars. Okay, so I've added that. Now I'm going to click here, virtual programming hours. I want to, for some reason, I just want to add a butterfly. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you something. So this, I'm going to get rid of the text box. I'm going to click on insert, and I'm going to go to pictures that are on my computer. And I know that I have a picture of a butterfly, and it's on my USB drive. And it's under PowerPoint Intermediate, and purple butterfly, and I'm going to click on insert. Okay, so when I move this purple butterfly over text, you can see that it hides the text, and I don't want that. So what I want to do is I want to remove the background, and you can do this in any Office product. So Picture Tools comes up, and I have removed the background. And sometimes it doesn't work as well for certain things. This I tried, I know it works. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to make this mask a little bigger. This is called a mask. And I'm going to make sure that it highlights everything. So it highlighted the whole thing, and I can see that I can see my butterfly. It looks nice. And then I'm going to click on Keep Changes. So now when I move it over, you can see that I can still see. You can still see the thing. You can, with the butterfly, I could have the butterfly right here over hours, and you can still see hours. So sometimes you want to do that. You'll have a nice illustration, and maybe there's just something you want to use and you want to get rid of it, pieces of it. That's how you can do it. You can also do it in Word. You can also do it, I don't know if you could do it in Publisher, but you can do it in Word, and I think you can do it in Excel too, so you can get rid of things. So what I want to do with this one, I want this to fly in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my little butterfly, and I'm going to go to animations. And in this case, I'm going to click on the down arrow, and I want to do some of these cool animations, motion paths. I could either make it an arc, a turn, maybe I want to make it a loop, or I can do a custom path. I'll just do a loop. So there she's going to go do a loop. So I can make the loop bigger because the loop appears right here. So I want her path to be bigger. So I'm going to make the loop bigger, and I just do it by dragging the diagonal. So let's see how this works. I'm going to go to slideshow, and I'm going to go from current slide. Let's see how that works. So that's how she's going to do it. And I may want her to go out. So I'm going to hit escape, see if it works. Doesn't always work. It's not as great as it used to be, but so I'm going to click on animations again, and maybe I'll just see if this will work. It may not. I want her to exit, and I want her to swivel. So see how this works. So I'm going to click on slideshow, and I'm going to go from custom slide. I'm going to click OK. It's going to come up. She already appears. See, you can't do more than one. And actually, I'd like her to appear so I could get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to escape. And you have something, when you click here, I'm going to go to the animation pane. So I can see how she's animated right here. And I could add sound if I wanted to. I don't want to though. And click. Repeat. See if she could do it. Triggers. Okay. You have to play with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this works. Hopefully she'll work it. So I'm going to click on slideshow from beginning. Yeah, she works. Yeah, she's already there. So I'd have to play with her. I'm either gonna get her to fly in, or she's already in. She's gonna be already in, so I'd have to change that. But you have to play with it, but you can animate certain aspects of your slideshow. You can probably, the most useful thing for animation is I'm gonna put okay, so I have Campbell's soup, crackers, and cheese. Okay, so I'm going to click on animation. Actually, use that transition. I'm going to put my cursor next to the first Campbell's soup, and then I'm going to click on fade. So you do want to use this if you're giving a slideshow and you don't want people to read what's going to be next. Never give your handouts, which you can print handouts from a PowerPoint presentation. Don't give them to your to the audience till after the presentation, because why would they even bother to listen to you? So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to click here, slideshow from current slide. And every time I click, okay, I talk about Campbell's soup. Then I click again, I talk about crackers. Then I click again, I talk about cheese. So you do want to use animations if you want to just make the audience listen to you. So don't show everything that's on the slide. As I said before, no more than 3 things on a slide. Get rid of stuff. What you can get rid of, get rid of. You should know this information on the slideshow. You should have more graphics than anything. You could have headline, graphics, talk about that, go to the next slide. You're not going to sit there and read the slide to somebody or have them read to somebody. That's boring. And besides boring, it just means that you know, what's the point? They could read this themselves. Just give them the handouts and leave. So that's the reason that you're giving a slideshow. So, okay. So did that. Make sure we go through that. Okay. Another thing that you can do, we got rid of, does anyone have any questions, by the way? I haven't been asking that.
No, I've been watching.
Okay. So we got rid of backgrounds. Another thing that you can do is you can crop. So let's say I'm just going to click on insert. And I'm going to go to pictures, and you can do this in any of the Word document and any
Microsoft.
Microsoft things too. Thank you. And I'm going to go to online pictures, and let's say I'll pick something. Okay, I want a picture of a monitor. Maybe I want this one. I'm going to click on insert. Hopefully I can get it. Oh, it did it for me. Okay, so I don't need all this information. I'm just going to click. What is this? Hold to check out lockers. No, I don't need that. What is this? Okay, I'm going to get rid of this little guy right here. I don't need her. Okay, so then I'm going to make this a little, maybe bigger. But maybe I want to make it real big, and there's too much going on here. I just want this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on picture tools. Then I'm going to click on crop. And I'm going to click on crop again. And I'm going to make this smaller so that I don't have all this information there. And maybe I don't even want that. I just want that.
Okay.
Then if I click on crop, it's cropped. I can also crop to the shape.
They can see and hear. You can't go up right now.
I can also crop to a shape. So if I wanted to crop to a shape, and actually I use this a lot, especially if I'm doing, if I have a document that I want to add to a flow chart, I'll take a picture of the document, I'll crop it to a shape, and the shape that I usually crop it to is under flow chart. I didn't do it. I'll do an undo. Under flow chart, crop to shape. It looks like it's supposed to be a document right here. And this next to it is more than one document, but I just usually crop to this so that it crops to a document. So if I have a document and I want them to know about it, I crop it to a document. So if you want to get rid of certain things, all you need to do is crop it out. And you can always get it back if you need to, but you can crop it out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this again, click on 26 whatever programs. Then I'm going to go back to my format painter, click here, make this bigger by going at the side. I'm going to drag it down. And then I'm going to click on drawing tools. I'm going to make sure this is 17.7 because I know it's that, and I know this is 133. This I'm not too worried about though. And then I'm going to click on bring forward, bring to front. So I have it bring into front so I can make it look bigger. Okay, so I've got that, I've got that. Now, one other thing that you can do with 2016 and above, you can add video to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some video to this. So I'm going to click on insert. Then I'm going to click on video. You can do it from your PC, which you always could, or you can do online video. I'm going to click on online video, and I know where I want it from. It's a YouTube video. It has to be YouTube. So I'm going to click on in there, and I'm going to type GGPL news and lockers. Okay. I'm going to click right here. I can't see it very well. and I'm going to click on insert. So right now what comes up is video tools. If I use my cursor and put it in the side, I can click on shift, hold down the shift key and make it bigger. I can also click on align, and I can align center. So if I wanted to align center, I can add a border or something around it, but I probably won't want to do that. Then I'm going to go back here, click here. I'm going to all look the same. Click on this food pantry thing. Make that look bigger, bring it down. My drawing tools, make sure it's 1.7. Okay. Okay, so I have this now, and I want to see if it works. So I'm going to click here again. Here, click here, go to close lockers. Remember, I did this by making it a Word file. So what it isn't is I'm not using basically design. I'm using what's already there. So I'm going to bring this up. Old lockers. Let's see, drawing tools 1.70. Okay. So now I want to see if this works. I'm going to go to video tools. I'm going to click on play. I don't know why it's not working, but it worked today. So I've got playback. Play. It's not working. There it goes. You should see, there it is. Okay. So now I'll just click on the red button. And you can watch it within the.
Hi, everybody. My name's Tricia from the Downers Grove Public Library, and we're very excited to introduce to you a new service.
So you can do that now. You can play it within your PowerPoint presentation. Before you had to go out of your PowerPoint presentation. Now you can insert YouTube videos. So if you're working on a training PowerPoint, you can do that. Background. Okay. Our last class we used Smart Art, so I don't think I'm going to get into that. That's on page 29 of your book. Creating a chart is on 32. We already did that. Adding a video clip is on page 34, which is we just did. One thing that you might want to do, today we're not going to be able to add recordings. It's fairly easy to do, but we are going to add music. So I've got my beautiful presentation done. I did it by basically making it in Word and importing it and then just finagling it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some music to it. To do that, what you want to do is you want to go out to, you can add your own music, but we're gonna send you links to where you can get free music. And you
What's the links where you get the free music?
Well, I'm going to send it to you, and it's in your book. But today we're going to look at something called Betty. And I'm going to show you how to download, and hopefully you could see it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and see it. I'm going to stop the share, and then I'm going to open up Betty. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the share now. Okay, so what I'm just did is I opened up something called Brainy Betty. It's in your books and we're going to send it to you. It's where you can get free templates for your backgrounds in PowerPoint. You can also get free music. And the one that I want to do is I'm going to show you how to download music. It's free. And the thing about it that's nice that it's free is you don't have to worry about violating your copyright. So all these different templates you can download. I'm going to click on music for presentations from the home screen. And you see music for presentations? Does everyone see it?
Yes.
Okay. Then there's going to be, if you go down the screen, scroll down, there's going to be all this music that's copyright free. So let's just go with Betty's Fave. And what happens is it downloads to your computer, and you'll see down at the bottom on the left, there's a download, and I will right click and I'll click on open. And can you see this little blue screen?
No,
No.
Well, there's a little, can you hear?
but we hear the music.
Okay, there's a little blue screen. This was downloaded to your downloads file, and I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to do a new share. And I'm going to do a new share, and I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. And I'm going to add this to my PowerPoint presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Insert. And I'm going to click on Audio.
Your voice is faded out.
I'm sorry. And I'm going to click on Audio. So I could record audio. That would be if I wanted, which I can't do today because my when I put it on, you can't really hear me.
We're not able to hear you. We see your mouth moving, but we can't hear anything.
You're kidding.
No.
I don't know. What happened.
Annie, I can hear you. You're faint. I think it's each individual's computer setup. I can hear you, but you're faint.
Okay. Well, I'm talking very loud, so I don't know what's wrong. So can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yes.
you're better.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to the Insert tab and you're going to click on Audio, and Audio on my PC or Record Audio. If you need to record audio, you need to buy a headset, and the headset has to have an audio, it has to have a microphone on it, and that's what I would do. They're not that expensive. So I would buy that, and you can record the audio, and basically what you do is you add it to the slides. But in this case, we can't do it. It's in your book how to do it, but I'm going to add music to my presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Audio on my PC, and I know that it's in my downloads, but this is nice. It says today, it shows me what I downloaded, and I'm going to click on it and click Insert. And what happens, what comes up is Audio Tools. And I can play this and see if it's going to work. It does. And I can stop it. I'm going to stop it. And then how do I want it to go? I can automatically or on click. So I can have it played automatically.
Masks are required for all patrons, including those who have been vaccinated. Masks must cover your nose, mouth, and chin at all times. Patrons who do not wear masks properly will be asked to leave. Wash or sanitize hands often and refrain from eating and drinking in the building. Thank you.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want it to play across slides. So I'm going to click there. The volume, I can make the volume high. I could make it medium. I can make it low. Maybe I want to make it low so it's just across the slides. And I can loop it until start. And then I can rewind after playing. So what I would do is I would click on, I've done all this you need to play with it and you can see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to a slideshow from beginning. You can hear it. I'm going to click, 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 click. That's low. I think it's high. And then I would, when I would be playing that, so maybe I wouldn't put it on the, I'd make sure it did go on to the last slide because I'd be playing the video. And if I don't want it to show, I can click on audio tools and playback. I can hide during slide presentation. So
Yeah. Can you show one more time how you do the music? You can.
yeah. So I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to click here, click on delete, and it's gone. What I did is I downloaded it from Brainy Betty. We're going to send that how to do that to you. It's in the book, but we're going to send you the link. I'm clicked on insert audio and then audio from my PC. So you have to download it to your PC and then it's going to show me things I downloaded. And this is what I downloaded today. And that's the video. And it shows up right here, wherever I want to put it. I can play across slides. I don't have to, I could just play it on one slide. I can loop until stop, so I can just keep it looping. Hello? So I could just keep it looping so that it doesn't stop between slides. And I could rewind it after playing, and then I can hide it during the slideshow, which probably I would want to do, so you wouldn't see this right here. So,
Okay.
yeah. So then when I start the slideshow, you shouldn't see it, that I have it in there. So I'm going to click on slideshow from beginning, and now you can't see that I have it in there.
Got it.
But it should be playing, and it's not, but it should be. So I did it. So you can also add, as I said before, recordings from your voice if you want to do that. So you can do it first. It takes a little bit, but you can do it. And you can download, or you can download regular music, but remember, it's not copyright free, and you have to worry about that, especially if you have a business or something like that. You just can't.
Right. Because if you do it with the copyright issue, then you can face a lawsuit, right?
Yes, you can.
How much would they sue you for?
I don't know how much they'll sue you for, but they can sue you, so you need to worry about that.
I know that you've known people who've done that, they have been sued, right?
I know people who almost have been sued. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Almost, but not quite. Okay. Does anyone have any questions, or do you have anything that you thought I would go through and I didn't?
Annie, I just have one question. When you were doing the cropping, and we don't need to go back to it, but in the foreground of the cropping, there was one monitor, and then there was like a secondary monitor off to the right. With the cropping tools, you can't, or can you crop out that secondary monitor? That sounds like it'd be something much more technical than PowerPoint to get rid of that.
You actually could do it probably. You could crop out the monitor, and then you have that remove the background. Remember, remove the background.
Yeah.
You could try doing that. And
Yeah.
I have done that. So you remove the background from the butterfly. So let's see.
Yeah, I can play with that sometime. That's an idea.
Got it right here. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click on picture tools. I'm going to click on crop, and then I'll get rid of as much as I can, but I want to keep that. And I'll just get rid of this. I'm going to keep some of it, and then I don't want that. So I'm going to go like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to click on crop. Then I'm going to click on remove background. And then this little thing that appears there, I'm going to click here and just drag it up, saying how much I want to keep. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. See what it does. So then you have mark areas to remove, mark areas to keep. So I want to keep this area. Doesn't always work, but I do want to keep this area. I want to keep this area. I want to keep this area. I want to keep this area.
So it's kind of like a little eraser of the remove tool. Cool.
Yes. And then I want to keep this area just a little bit. Let's see if it does it. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, and I think there's some up here I might want to keep a little bit. Okay, so then let's see what we get. It's going to probably look a little wonky like over here, but you can
Yeah,
play with it.
that's-
So I'm going to keep changes there.
Cool.
Yeah, so I would have to go back here, and I'd have to go to remove background again. And then maybe marked areas to remove. I want to remove this little guy here. See if it'll do it for me. Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, it would take some practice, but very cool.
Yes, then it did it. So,
Thank you.
and you can do that in Word, and you can also do it in Excel. It's the same thing, so works the same. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, I want to thank you for coming. I appreciate it. The book we are going to send you, I'll send tomorrow, I'll send all the links to the book. And if you ever have any questions, just give us a call at the library. We'll help you. And you can even come in. We'll help you with that too. So
It's been awesome, Annie. Thank you so much.
you. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Okay,
bet.
goodbye.